Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the notice of council meeting. You are hereby summoned to attend a meeting of Hemsworth Town Council to be held in the main hall, Hemsworth Town Council Community Centre, Bullenshaw Road, Hemsworth, commencing at 7 p.m. on Thursday, 18th of August 2022, for the purpose of transacting the following business. Can I just ask if everybody's switched the phone off or put it on silent? I'd be much obliged. Item number 1, Chairman's statement. I'm not making a statement at this time. I might speak after the confidence vote. So we'll move on to item 2, apologies for absence. To receive apologies for absence and to consider and approve the reasons for absence.
Councillor Mitchell, Madam.
Thank you. Item 3, declarations of interest. Council should disclose pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest in any items on this agenda. Item 4, public question time. To receive questions from members of the public. Yeah.
I'd like to just ask a few of the councillors. We've got a lot of community groups in Hemsworth, 2 of which I run. One is the playgroup and one is the Hemsworth Food Bank. And I'd just like to ask the councillors if they're involved with any of the community groups. Because since I've been running the food bank for 2.5 years, I've not had a visit, an email or a telephone call asking us if we need anything, if we're alright, or just anything. So I'd just like to ask that. Sharing it on social media. I know we've got 3 councillors here that represent Hemsworth, are all on social media, and just not been shared. Well, it's been shared once, and that was in June 2021 by one councillor. I'm asking that.
Yeah. Well, I speak for myself. I attended, although I was too late, I attended the food bank up in Fitzwilliam. But Ellen, you knows, and I know, I do contribute to food banks as much as I can, and I will continue to do that. I can't speak for the other councillors. You're right what you say. If councillors want to go and have a look, I mean, Hemsworth councillors, that's what you're saying, to visit the food banks.
It's not just the food banks. We've got all these other community groups out there that are needing help and support. Yeah. And it'd just be nice for some councillors to get involved in them. It really would. We had that seaside trip, and I was here on that morning with the food bank doing the sandwiches, and people were saying, "Where's the councillors?" There was not one councillor in this building on that morning, not one. And people were asking me, "Where's the councillors, Ellen?" Somebody should have been here representing the council, just to even see them off of bus. It was a Saturday, it wasn't a weekday when most people are working. It was a Saturday.
Well, I can't speak for other councillors, Ellen, but point taken. I'll make sure that I do, but I do support them. I do support
the council who's on social media. Can you tell me why you're not sharing them as a food bank on your social media pages?
Because I guess I've not got the food bank.
And I do share.
It's probably not on my friends list. If it is, I will share.
You know it's there. You know that I'm
not saying it's not there. I'm saying
it doesn't have to be on your friends list. You know that food bank's here.
I
share lots of other groups.
If I see things, I tend to share them. What I'm saying is, the times I've not been working, so at the Jubilee Day, I spent all day in here, running up and down teas and coffees. The day after the day after down at Park, I was down at the Park all day there. That Saturday I was working. I work full time. I work 56 hours a week. I do my best.
I know you do, and I'm not saying
I do my best to do stuff. I do try and share stuff. I do try and get out.
We've been doing meals in here for the children through the school holidays, and there's been not one mention of that by any councillor or any on council websites or any social media or nothing. Now, shouldn't you all be the ones that's sending that message out to families that there's free meals in this room, being run in this room by no matter whether it's your group, my group, or any other group? You have all done it in your manifesto, you'd all sit there in your manifesto saying, we want to be involved in community groups, we want to do this, we want to do more for the community. You've got in and you've done nothing, because you're too busy tickle tackling and fighting and making fake profiles, that's what's wrong.
Well, I'm
Correct.
sorry,
And
I'm
that's
not,
my say on
I
it.
have not got a fake one fake profile, I can assure you of that now.
Can I just?
Wait a minute, let's
Sorry.
just do one at I'll get you
No,
in a minute.
I'm defending
No, just a
Sean.
minute, I'll come to
I
you.
move back,
I'll come
I
to
go
you.
through all them, I'm not bothered if they work or not.
No,
A year's a long time for people to be in here and not put anything on.
I
When they're
understand.
sharing silly things like,
I
so
understand.
a pop star's died,
I
and there's a food
understand.
bank in their own community that they represent and they're not putting it on.
I totally
Helen,
agree with what you
I
said.
can tell you that I have
I am
shared,
angry.
I have
You
shared
know, I've kept
on my
mouth shut for nearly
Facebook.
over a year, I'm really annoyed.
Yeah, but admitted not on the council, but I have shared everything you put on and mostly I share. But like I said, I can't speak for other councillors.
Can I,
Obviously we took it all on board and I get what you're saying, Ellen.
can I just defend Sean in this, because obviously I'm part of the Keep It Clean Hemsworth group, and he does post a lot of the work that we do.
Does he
And-
use food bank and things that
No,
Helen's
but
doing?
I'm
People
just
can't
That's
eat
not
litter.
complaining then, is it?
Right, let's let's not get into a public argument. If you want to raise your point,
That's not.
raise the point and then we can move on. Thank you for that, Ellen. Any more questions? Yes. Can you state your name and we'll take a note.
Hello.
Can we get another mic for this lady?
Wait.
Hello?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I'm here now. Yeah, I'm Lyn Morton, I'm from Fitzwilliam, and this is the first time I've attended in person over, well, since you took power really. I just want to hark back to May, when, Jean, you told us about your priorities for the year in the town meeting, and that was community groups. You said it because it's going to be a tough year. Can you tell me what your plans are now for the next 7 months, left of the year?
Well, what I can tell you is any community group asks for funds from this council, we have obliged them.
Are you doing anything proactively?
Well, as you just heard Ellen, she'd like, you know, we need to attend more community groups. I think she's made a good point. We do need to attend. We do have jobs, we do have things, but, you know, we could at least, if we work together, we could get individual councillors to go to certain groups, but that's if we work together.
Jean, that was your priority back in May, and you admitted that was your opinion, and you hoped the council would actually agree with you. Did they?
Well, like I've just said, Linda,
You're
when
speaking-
any
no, you're
community
speaking-
group comes and they want any funds, we always oblige.
Yeah, but that's
And
being
the
reactive.
facilities that we've got, we oblige free of charge.
Is the top priority of the council community groups, not just yourself, Jean, the whole council?
No,
Have we got anybody that can answer,
Because
Linda?
there's nothing in writing anywhere to say the council's priority for this year are the community groups.
We had a newsletter yet.
It's coming out next month.
There's a newsletter coming out next month.
That's halfway through the year.
I'm not in control of that, Linda.
Who is?
Alan, the newsletter is just stated that it's coming out next month.
No, who's in control of how often the newsletter comes out to the community?
We do know twice a year.
Did you hear that, Linda?
Does it twice a year? Well, I only saw one last year, and that was just after Christmas.
Well, it's just stated, Alan's just stated two.
So is that's not a council decision then, that's Alan's decision? That
No,
we have 2 newsletters a year, because that's not written down anywhere, either.
a newsletter lets you know everything that we're involved in and what we're going to do.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not saying that doesn't. I'm saying the frequency of it is outside of the control of the council. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. The
We put it all
not the
together
content,
and then it gets approved by.
not the content, the frequency.
Instead of once a year, twice.
Just twice a year.
It's twice a year.
We do too, but if the public want more, just let us know, we'll do more newsletters.
I think it might be helpful, and we said when we requested notice boards out in the villages, that more communication would be better than none. We've not seen any notice boards. We've not seen any newsletters. So can we look at communication and make them a little bit stronger?
Yeah, as I've just said, if you want more newsletters,
We have
to
to
get
ask.
more. Yeah. All right, so we'll move on. Lynn?
Just to follow on from what Linda was saying, the gentleman that was here at a recent meeting from Friends of Fitzwilliam Station, they've been buying these sort of plastic display boards. He has a good supplier for them, and I think the smaller ones, about 150 quid. You could put quite a few of those up round the villages that would be able to get the information up, and it would give the community groups an opportunity to put their posters up advertising what they do as well. That's a suggestion. If you want a connection with Morris, I think Alan's got his details, so you could speak to him about that.
Yeah.
And
Alan,
if
do we
Good idea,
do we have notices up in the Green Centre, and what about
We have a meeting,
Fitzwilliam?
and I've asked Wakefield for permission to put on their land, but I've had a hold of this lad by yet.
We have to get permission for them, but
it
you know,
it
we can
needs
look
to be,
into that.
you could put one next to the book display thing on in the West End. The other thing I was going to say was, if the council is struggling for expertise in writing newsletters and social media, you might have noticed that's what I do for a job. So if you'd like some help, let me
I
know.
don't think we're struggling, Linda, because we do the newsletters and they go
Yeah,
to council for
just-
approval. and then
If
we
you want
send
some
the
free
letter.
help, let me know, and
Thank
I
you.
will
Yes.
help.
Thanks for that.
Okay.
Right, any more questions?
I'd like to address the clerk if I could. First of all, in the interest of civility and respect, how would you like me to address you? Clerk, Mr. Draper, or Alan?
Call me out.
Alan. All right then, Alan. Right, first of all, we've heard here that other people have got other occupations. Is the clerk your primary occupation, or do you have another occupation?
That's personal, it's nothing to do with,
Well, if you bear with me, you'll find out it is.
no, I'm not going to
Oh,
talk
okay, right,
about
fair
staff.
enough. Right,
I'm
fair
sorry,
enough.
Mr.
Right,
Conway,
okay then,
we're not
Mr.
going to do this.
Okay then, Alan.
Right, have
Obviously-
you got other things that's relevant to the council?
Okay, this is relevant to the council then. No problem. Alan, you're qualified to be the clerk, yeah? Did you apply for the job?
Yes.
Did you have to submit a CV?
An application form, yeah.
Yeah, and in them CVs, was there actually evidence of your qualifications to do the job?
Yes.
Right, so you actually feel you're quite capable of doing the job in advising the council?
I don't think it's your
No, you bear with me. You bear
the
with me.
clerk of the council, his qualifications.
I'm asking if he's qualified to do the job.
No. Yes, I am.
He's
Yes,
got
you
more
are.
qualifications,
Okay, then.
love, than the rest of councillors.
Right, thank you.
We're going to move on.
No, you're not moving on. Alan, if that's the case, why was a specialist
Right,
advisor
can you just be
appointed?
quiet, Mr. Conway?
No.
You'll have to be quiet, else we'll.
He's finishing his question.
Just to reassure you, Mr. Conway, I appreciate the chair saying it's personal stuff, but I don't mind. I'm not going into great detail, but to reassure you and parishioners, I've been a town clerk for over 10 years at 4 different town parish councils, and prior to that, I worked internal audit at 3 London boroughs. And I've got the qualifications. I wouldn't normally be so pompous about all that, but you asked, so I've said.
That's brilliant,
I
thank
prefer
you.
to strike that balance between giving you some reassurance, but you'll appreciate I don't want to give you my inside leg measurement either.
Right,
into
okay.
great detail.
That's fair enough.
Well,
No
thanks
problem
for
with that.
Alan, anyway.
But my question is now, why was a special advisor appointed? And what qualifications did they have?
On what subject is this?
Well, I don't know. You're appointed him, not us.
On which, because the council always appoints advisors on all sorts of things.
Yeah, but what the specs is?
Can we move road now?
Right.
No, you can't, Mr Kenyon. I'm
Right.
asking a question.
Can you not get involved? We're going to move
Can't get
progress.
involved.
Madam Chairman, can you show the same respect to Mr Kenyon who books in?
In fact, for the advisor, I mean, for example, we're currently doing the tender for the pathway in the park. I had to ask a builder for some help on that.
No, I think you know what I'm on about, especially an advisor.
Advisor on what? Which subject? Which...
Well, basically, we got told he was there to advise on the court case, upcoming court cases. Now, my point is, he's advising on court
We're
cases.
not going to talk about upcoming court cases,
No, this is
whatever
what-
you're talking about.
this was in the
We're
past.
going to move progress. We're going to take one more question.
Well,
Got the lady
I'll be
who
putting that
asked
as
the
a
question.
FOI then.
Yes.
So sure, I've got to answer that.
What's your name, love?
My name's Sue Dakers.
I can't see you. Can you?
My name's Sue Dakers, and I, just as one person, but I know many people feel the same way.
Can you put it? I really can't hear it. I'm sorry.
Right, okay, that's better, yeah. A lot of people would like some clarification. I know you've got the title of the town clerk, town chair, but why does Mr Kenyon keep putting in? Why does
Correct.
he keep over speaking to you and giving you guidance? Because to me,
Excuse me, he's not giving me any guidance. He's just said move progress, and he's entitled to do that. He's entitled to do
Give me the
that.
same respect you treat
Right.
others then.
Okay, so we're going to move on.
There you go,
We're
move
gonna
on again.
Now. We're going to go to
That's your scrap public
item
tax
5,
question.
recorded votes. As per minute number 262, to consider which items on the agenda will have recorded vote.
Madam Chair, Councillor Middleton's requested items 9, 10, 12 and 14.
Item 6, Town Council meetings to approve the respective minutes of the council meeting held on 14th of July, an extraordinary council meeting held on 4th of August 2022. Can we have a mover? Item 7, committee and subcommittee meetings to adopt the minutes of the committee meetings and their respective subcommittees as follows. So we'll do them all together, which is Leisure and Recreation, 21st of July 2022, Finance, 4th of August 2022, Policy and Planning, 4th of August 2022.
can't hear it right, can you?
Yeah. Item 8, accounts for payments, to confirm the payments of accounts as approved at the Finance Committee meeting on 4th of August 2022. Yeah. Item 9, civility and respect pledge, to consider a resolution to sign up to the civility and respect pledge in association with the NALC and the SLCC.
We're going to
Yeah.
pass, aren't we?
It's uncirculated, Madam Chair, so I recommend the council signs up.
Civility.
Yeah. So we're all in agreement to sign up?
Yeah.
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 Item 10, Emsworth Water Park path resurfacing consultation. Further to minute number 47, 2022-23, to receive responses to the public consultation regarding the resurfacing of paths in Emsworth Water Park.
Madam Chair, there's been 4 responses from the public, all of them positive. We're currently in the tender period, so I recommend the council waits until the tender is in.
Yeah, we all agree with that.
Thought it was an emergency. Thought it was an emergency, Chair.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, but it has to go out to consultation now.
Oh, yeah.
This is what councillors wanted.
So it's not, it has got to go out consultation, but it's got to go out to tender, which is the same,
That's right.
same like the period of
It's not going
consultation.
to be a quick fix, is it?
No, it's not.
These tenders
No,
in.
it's just, it's
Once we've got the tenders, it's got to go
No.
out to consultation.
no,
No.
consultation's
So
been
we're in
done.
parallel, Madam Chair. The consultations started.
You know what? I hope one of your faults. One of your.
Right.
You might have something there.
Can you say that again?
The consultation started as well, and the tender is still live. That finished in about 3 weeks'
You have to
time.
get, you know, it's my art.
Have you had any tenders in yet?
So, item 11,
Can't comment on that.
subject access requests to the town clerk to report an anonymised subject access request and to authorise the response accordingly.
Yes, Madam Chair, as it says, it's a question received and the council is obliged to comply with it.
We're getting some more as well.
Item 12, special motion, no confidence, Chairman. Pursuant to Standing Order number 9, to consider a special motion of no confidence in the Chairman received from Councillor Dobson, Ardacre, Erd, Middleton, Moran and Westmoreland, Westmoreland. So we've got 6 votes of no confidence.
Sorry. So the way I believe this goes, there should be a debate and people make their own vote, so it's not just a vote on who's here. Is that correct, Alan? So can I open the debate, please?
Well, you just asked for a special motion.
As reasons why, not debate, there's reasons why, and then have a vote on it. I think that's how it should go. A chair's role is to encourage debate within a council. So you were saying, no, you've got 6, you're just trying to close down the debate straight away there. So that's one reason straight away.
I'm not trying to close down the debate. You asked for a special motion, no confidence, and a vote on it, and this is what we're doing.
Can I just say, if that means that there, I want to know the reasons why. I want to understand why people have got no confidence.
No, it's not people. It's
Councillors. It's councillors.
Exactly.
It's councillors.
It is not. Yeah, it's 6 councillors.
Madam Chair, can I just interject, just clarify the process? It's
What about
proposal, debate, vote.
Sorry?
Proposal, debate.
So I'm correct. Yeah.
If you don't want to debate it with them, that's fine. But I think, like, out of courtesy, you should listen to what we've got to say. Because it's for a reason. We didn't just do it because, you know, we think it's not that.
Right, which is fine.
So,
At least it's turned up, the last one didn't turn up.
So can I continue then, please? So we know this vote is symbolic. We know it's symbolic. We know it means absolutely nothing. You don't have to resign it. We totally understand that. So one of the reasons is, as somebody just mentioned about the council setting their agenda for the year. No agenda was set by the council for the year. At the parish meeting, you set your agenda. You didn't have a meeting with the councillors, or at least all the councillors. The chair's role, when you read on the internet, on the gov.gov website, is to involve all councillors in debate and in decision making. You made that decision. You may have made it with other people, but not all councillors. You didn't ask all councillors. Again, it's you rightly, correctly pull people to go through the chair. Totally agree with you, except for a certain corner to your right. There's a rule. They tend to interject when they want, especially again, as somebody else has said today, especially Councillor Kenyon, this is our perception. I'm not saying we see, this is what we see. Another one, so again, and I think I've discussed this the other week, is that you are your own business person, and when you are your own business person, you have to run that business in an autocratic management way. It's your money, totally get it, that's what happens, it's your neck on the line. You seem to be trying to do the same with the council. This is not autocratic management, it should be democratic management. You just seem to make your decisions, and that's it, you win with it, and that's the end of it.
Can you name something?
Well, as I've just said earlier, so...
No, you just said to make decisions.
So as I've said earlier, so at the parish meeting, you said what your agenda was, not the council agenda, your agenda. You made that decision.
I mentioned an agenda, but...
Oh, your priorities, sorry.
Yes.
Your priorities.
I can't set an agenda.
You said your priorities are this, this and this. There was no, not even an email going out to council saying, this is what I want to push forward as a council, or, you know, are you going to back me? What we're doing, there was none of that. You, as I say, it may have been yourself and the group of councillors, you didn't ask all councillors. And the one that sort of really got us, to be fair, was you made in exclusion, I need to be careful what I say here, but you made some false claims about councillors, and I think you know what I'm talking about, and I can speak to you privately about that. I can't mention it because it was talked in exclusion, and I think you know because we sort of kicked off at the time. So that is why we have a vote of no confidence, or I haven't, the people who put their names on this list of vote of no confidence. I know you said all the 6 there because you went to see a councillor before the meeting, so you voted, blah, blah, blah. This was just 6 because we believed you had to put 6 for a special motion in. We didn't know you had to only do it as one person because we assumed we did it with Mr. Kenyon. So that's why there's only 6 names. I believe the councillor who spoke to us, we even asked, put his name down, that I don't know. I definitely never. So as a council, that's why I would like to put this forward, this motion of no confidence in the chair. Open up the floor if anybody wants to discuss anything. If not, have a vote.
Right.
So I'll propose it. Vote.
So that's 6.
I'll propose a vote of confidence in the chair.
It's going to be the same vote, but yeah, whatever.
Same vote.
It's same vote.
I thought we were exchanging.
No, she doesn't. Unless it's a draw. 6-5, so she can't get cast in. She can't get cast in. 6-5. 6-5.
Jeff's with us.
Jeff abstained.
He abstained because he didn't hear what you said. Yeah. Regardless of what they're saying.
Yeah. Can I give my reasons for this?
We just had a vote to Councillor Hardacre.
Oh, I can't say no.
No.
I know.
Well, let him have a say.
No, let him
Right,
say
so we're
it.
going to item 30. So,
I
didn't know there weren't enough councillors, if you can't say no.
He's a councillor, he should let
What's the point?
Then it debate.
right,
He don't get a chance, he hasn't
I
had a chance.
I really weren't going to, say anything, but first of all, Sean, I'll take on board what you said. But it's not all one-sided, and some of the things, the thing you said about the accusations, Alan's got emails, and I did show what I said. I'm not going into detail, but I did show you on a special meeting, in Exclusion Press and Public, I showed you what I was talking about.
About friendship of a person.
No.
No,
I'm not going to talk about
that's
that.
what I'm on about.
But, I've been a chairman of council for 3 months, and my fellow councillors, they've got no confidence in me. But I won't be resigning. I got elected for 4 years, and I won't be resigning from council. I got elected to vote to be chair for the next 12 months, and I won't be resigning that. I will decide whether I want to be a chairman or not. So,
That's what Boris
As I said, we know it's involved.
So while I have been a councillor, a chairman, I have been doing things and emailing. I've been emailing as district councillors, Councillor Jeffries, to discuss monies that is owed into parish and other issues, but unfortunately, I can't get them to come and sit round the table. So much for working.
There's a reason Councillor Jones cannot do it, she's in. Jeff decided to apologise.
Well,
Just apologise.
it was the response that I got, and I'm going on that response. So far, and I have, so far as my experience as chairman, I feel like some fellow councillors engaging with public can make things look far worse than it could be. When councillors know that something's wrong, I'm not talking about all the public, I'm really not, because there's some that come and they've got genuine valid points. But you don't correct them when they're getting on, you don't correct them, you don't say, no, that's not right, because whatever, and I'm not going to go into detail.
If there's nothing to correct, why should we correct
but
it?
you do.
Jean, there was a post that we put on Facebook left on. It was on the council page, left on for 3 days. Total false claim. It was left on for 3 days. That had been seen by council employees, and the council employees left it on.
Is it off now?
That is off now. But it was left.
Right, well, obviously I didn't know about it, it's been taken off, Alan's just said, so. Like I just said, you know, I think, and this, you had your opinion, you said what you feel, this is what I feel. I just think sometimes that the councillors inside and encourage unruly behaviour with public, I really do. I just think
That's an accusation, you're making an accusation.
because we've just seen it now.
Exactly.
Interfering, let them speak. I like to think that people.
You move on.
This is what we get when we're trying to.
You moved on from me again tonight. Let me ask questions.
I'm not going to go through that anyway.
If you're doing your job properly, you shouldn't fear anything, should you though?
I'm not feeling anything.
Well, let him speak then.
He has spoke.
He has
He had opportunity, we put it out to debate.
He wanted to give you his reasons why he thinks you should resign.
Right, yeah, but, so we've just had a.
I didn't say resign, I said vote no confidence, so.
Yeah, we've just had a proposal that we bring it back to next meeting. Yeah, do we all agree with that? No.
So that's not interfering, that's not classed as interfering?
It's not, this is not a public, this is a council meeting, it's not public. We've had this question time. We've had this question time.
Yeah, we haven't had question time.
We're just getting into areas of public, so I'm just going to move to item 13, exclusion of press and public. Members of the public and the press to be excluded for the consideration of business of confidential nature as per Public Bodies Admissions to Meetings Act 1960. So, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Sorry you're all going so early.